What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into another edition of Freedom Talks on Friday. My name is Sam, and today I'm going to be talking about how we should not be afraid of death, but instead we should be afraid of not living. I think a lot of us are afraid of dying, and I have been thinking, why in the world are we afraid of dying? Like, nobody knows just exactly what happens after we die. That's like the $1,000,000 question. Maybe we're just afraid of the unknown, and so we don't know what's going to happen when we die, so we get real scared about it. So a lot of us fear death. A lot of us will sometimes think situations, and we put ourselves in, and we think, oh no, what if I die? Say like you want to go skydiving, and you say, well, I really want to go skydiving, but what if I die? Or if you want to go, I don't know, fly in a plane to travel, because that's your lifelong dream to travel, but you hold back from it because you think, well, what if the plane crashes, and what if I die? And we just think that silly little saying, what if I die? I mean, if you really think about it, what if you die? You're done. You're not here anymore. Death is a part of life. Just like being born, and challenges and struggles and good times and happy times, it's all part of life. Death is a part of life. And I don't feel like we should be so terrified of it. I think a lot of anxiety is brought on from people because they think the worst situations, and ultimately I think their mind goes all the way to death, because I know I've been there. When I lost my job last year, I would think, oh, what if I can't make money and I starve because I can't have groceries, and then I'm living in my car, and then I end up dying from starvation. And I was afraid to die. Ultimately, that was my thought patterns led me to death, and that's what I was ultimately afraid of. Your negative thought patterns lead ultimately to death. It's basically saying you're afraid of death. So I've been thinking lately how we should not be afraid of death, but instead we should be afraid of truly living our life. Because when you get to the end of your life and you look back, you're going to look back on your life. You're going to look back on things that make you feel good, your experiences that you remember were good emotional experiences. So I know that I've watched and I've read a lot of interviews where people get interviewed at the end of their lives, and most of them are talking about, I wish I would have done such and such. I wish I would have went wherever. I wish I would have jumped on this opportunity. And to me, that scares me. That scares me more than death. To think that I'm going to get to 80, 85, hopefully 95, and I'm going to be on my deathbed thinking, oh, I wish I would have lived a little more, or I lived a little better, or did those things that I was ultimately afraid of because I was afraid of death. We're all going to die, guys. We're all going to die. Nobody gets out of this world alive. Are we going to use the time we have on earth right now to be so scared of doing things because ultimately we're afraid of dying? When you really think about it, it doesn't make sense, because we're all going to die, like I said. So why are we not making the most of the life we have? Like on our tombstone, it's going to have our birth year and our death year, and that little dash right between it. That's all we have. We have the dash. The birth date and the death date, they're just numbers. People are going to forget about those. What are you doing in life right now? And that little dash that you can feel good about, and you can possibly leave a legacy, for the generations behind you. Thank you guys so much for listening to this Freedom Talk on Friday. I hope you guys had a great week and enjoy your weekend. I'll see you next time.